Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Yesterday we had the Xbox showcase. I've already put out my thoughts or reaction on that showcase. It was a phenomenal showcase. One of the best Xbox showcases, if not the best, and one of the best gaming showcases in general that I've seen in a very, very long time. They knocked it out of the park. They gave us looks at a bunch of first-party content, third-party games, game coming to Game Pass. It was just really, really well done. And after the showcase, we got some more information about some of the biggest games that Xbox is putting out. For me, the game that put this showcase over the top was Gears of War E-Day, going back to the beginning before the first Gears of War game, getting a look at the younger Marcus Phoenix and Dom Santiago, and getting the trailer, a remake of that original Mad World trailer, which is one of the best trailers ever created in gaming. So that was super cool, very nostalgic if you're somebody like me who's been playing this from the beginning, and it's one of my favorite franchises. But Gears of War E-Day, there were a lot of questions about it after the showcase, and we have some more information here, documented here by Shinobi on Twitter. Here are the details. It says it's not a spin-off, but it is a new entry in the main line Gears of War saga. So it's not like Gears of War Judgment. It is actually part of the main Gears of War 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It says the Coalition is content with the stories told in Gears 4 and Gears 5 and isn't abandoning them, but making this game was an opportunity that I felt too good to miss. Now, some people are wondering, well, when are we going to see the continuation of Gears 5? Because you're left on a cliffhanger from that one. That's not probably going to be for a while. And honestly, I'm not insanely disappointed about that. I'm actually very happy they're going back with this prequel. I like those characters better than the new characters, and just to kind of see where they were in their even younger days, I couldn't really ask for anything more. I'm not going to complain that we're going to be waiting a little while here to see what happens after Gears 5. Continues here and says the team is looking to recreate and improve on the series' classic cover shooting, revisiting the tone of older Gears with truly next-gen tech. And this was something that I think a lot of people wanted. They wanted to go back, make it more horror-y and dark, and that's what they're doing. And I can't wait to see how they actually improve on the mechanics. I think Gears has phenomenal mechanics. So what are they going to do to make that better? It takes place 14 years before the first game, tackling how an ill-prepared Sarah responds to a surprise Locust invasion. It's very intentional in recasting the Locusts not simply as foes, but as living nightmares. So you can definitely see this is going to go back to those horror roots for the Gears series. Say the design team prioritized redefining the Locust drone, which had become simple fodder as the series progressed, into something fearsome, physically intimidating, and utterly brutal. And the fear of encountering the Locust for the first time is central to the game desperation as Marcus fights a drone for the first time. And we saw that in the trailer. He was this close to death, and he fought the Locust off. And then we got to just continue that trailer. We saw Dom come in and everything. It was just awesome. It says it hints at the origins of the Lancer. The chainsaw will be part of the story. It's awesome to see. And the narrative follows the early stages of Marcus and Dom's brotherhood, bonding over the loss of Dom's older brother Carlos, who was close with Marcus, and over 100 times more environment and character details than Gears 5. Hardware, ray trace lighting, reflections and shadows, next generation destruction and gore, and cutting edge animation technology. And from what we've seen with the Coalition, what they have been able to do, UE5, the Matrix demo, even in Gears 5 with Hivebusters and stuff, like, we are going to get an incredible looking game, I think. And like with the tech they're putting in there, it's going to be pretty insane. I mean, even from this trailer, of course, this is CGI. You could just see the amount of details that they had here with Gears of War E-Day. If you can't tell, I'm excited for this one. This is the game I'm most hyped for out of this entire showcase, and hopefully we see more sooner rather than later. I think a big question here is this coming out this generation, or is this going to be made for the next generation of consoles? They say it's truly next-gen tech. Maybe they're hinting at here this being a launch game for the next upcoming Xbox, which we've already heard Sarah Bonnet's going to be the biggest technical leap, and they'll probably need that power to get the most out of this Gears of War E-Day game. Can't wait for that one. All right, we also have details on Perfect Dark. So we have Perfect Dark's new details here, and I mean, we saw the trailer of it. I thought Perfect Dark as well looked phenomenal. Just the gameplay that they had in there, the combat and the stealth to the hand combat to the weapon combat, it just all looked very, very cool. And we have more details here. They say it's a fresh take on the series. Knowledge of prior games isn't a requirement. I think that will be good for, I think this one will have a lot of newcomers into it. It says focus on creating an intuitive movement system through traversal and gadgetry to let players complete missions in multiple ways. So this kind of reminded me of Mirror's Edge a bit, the way that she was parkouring through the level. It really did. And I feel like I'm hoping it's going to be smooth when you're jumping from ledge to ledge, taking down enemies and having to get away quickly. I hope it's all very smooth. Joanna Dark is an agent for Datadyne who's not perfect, but striving to be. Takes place in the near future. Earth is impacted with the Cascade, where the planet has suffered from a series of environmental disasters, rendering entire regions inhospitable to human life. They say a hyper corporation known as Core Mantis creates a solution called the Gen Network and deploys it in Cairo, creating a walled city insulated from the outside and restoring ecological balance. So this is an environmental problems game. Earth has been very much impacted, and obviously you're going to be taking that on. It says that modern Cairo was chosen as a setting as it's fairly unique and not depicted much in media at large. Joanna can use a gadget to analyze NPC voices and create vocal deepfakes, to trick security systems, impersonate other characters and cause distractions, and scan NPCs and characters in the world to learn more about them and assist you in tackling your objectives. Lots of strategy, I think, is going to go into going through each of these missions in this game, and probably many different ways that you're going to be able to get from point A to point B. They say combat is varied methods at your disposal: lethal, non-lethal, close quarters, take down multiple enemies at once, stealth, etc. And we saw all of that within this game. We saw every single type of combat that you were going to be able to do, as well as the traversal. And again, this game looks phenomenal, and until we get our hands on it and everything, we won't really know how good it is. But from what we were seeing in these early stages here, it looks like it is in a good spot, and that hopefully we get our hands and play this relatively soon. Another game that obviously had a major spotlight in the Xbox showcase was Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I mean, it was at the beginning of the main showcase, and then it had its own direct. Now we have some more information about some big questions people definitely have when it comes to Call of Duty Black Ops 6. And specifically, how is this going to work with each tier of Xbox Game Pass? And Activision has confirmed that Black Ops 6 content is available with each Game Pass tier, meaning console, PC, and Ultimate. But of course, as we've seen with previous games, there are going to be some slight differences because of what you actually get access to, depending on what tier that you get. So this is everything. This is the breakdown straight from Activision. I'll go through it. Game Pass Ultimate, this offers the most flexibility as it allows you to play Black Ops 6 campaign as well as the multiplayer and zombies online modes on your Series X, S, Xbox One consoles, and on PC. Game Pass Ultimate subscribers will have access to the digital cross-gen bundle on Xbox consoles and the standard edition on the PC Microsoft Store. So obviously, you want the best full experience of Call of Duty Black Ops 6. You get Ultimate because you're playing it on PC, you're playing it on your Series XS, you're playing it on your Xbox One if you still want to do that. So that's obviously the best one. Game Pass PC, play the Black Ops 6 campaign as well as multiplayer and zombies online modes on your PC. And Game Pass PC subscribers will have access to the standard edition on the PC Microsoft Store. So you're getting the standard edition there. Playing it on PC, obviously, and on PC you don't pay for online, so you're going to be able to do everything. It will be very interesting to see how much of an influx Game Pass PC does get in terms of a subscriber boost because of Call of Duty. I mean, if you're only playing Call of Duty, it's the only game you play every year, you're probably not going to subscribe because you would just do the quick math in your head and realize you're paying more in total. But if you're just sitting there and you're thinking, I can play Call of Duty, which I play every year, I like to dabble in other games, I could check it out with PC Game Pass. And then you're also thinking, well, all of those games that they showed off at the showcase that are going into Game Pass, I want to play those too. I feel like you're going to get a lot of people signing up for Call of Duty and then sticking to the service to play everything else. Game Pass console, this one you get to play the Black Ops 6 campaign only on your Series X, S, and your Xbox One. Obviously, it does not include online with Game Pass console. It says online console multiplayer access sold separately. It is required, of course, to play multiplayer and zombies. And Game Pass console subscribers will need to upgrade to Game Pass Ultimate or additionally subscribe to Game Pass Core to access these modes. And Game Pass console subscribers will have the digital cross-gen bundle on the consoles, the Xbox consoles. So they're pushing you to Ultimate. And to be completely honest with you, it's worth going to Ultimate. PC, you get the cloud, everything in there. So if there's no point in paying for console and then paying for core, paying for additional access to online. Game Pass Core. Game Pass Core includes online console multiplayer access, which is required for Black Ops 6 online modes. So of course, that's the only thing that is in there, and you don't get access to the full game or anything on Core. So the full game is everywhere, but obviously because of the Game Pass console having online access to be paid for, you have to upgrade to Ultimate or get Game Pass Core. I'm just waiting for that day that hopefully it does come where they remove paying for online on console, because clearly, I mean, if you're on PC, you're at a major advantage here where you're only paying for the PC Game Pass, you're paying less than Ultimate, and then you're also getting the every single game mode within Call of Duty. Now, there were some other questions here that were answered after the stream. Black Ops 6 will require a persistent internet connection for all game modes. That is unfortunate, because if you just want to play the campaign, you're still going to have to be online. I mean, it's probably going to affect a very small amount of people. That's why they do this. Yeah, because they know it's not going to really hurt the game, because the majority of people are playing this game to play online. It says this applies to Black Ops 6's campaign as well as to its online multiplayer and zombies mode. The news was confirmed at the bottom of the support article published on Sunday, which details the game's different editions. They say to deliver the highest quality visuals, which while also reducing the game's overall storage space on your hard drive, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 will use texture streaming across all game modes. So that's why. So you can actually get those visuals in there. You'll need the online connection. It says this means you'll need continuous internet connection to play any game mode, including campaign. If you're on a console, campaign can be played without a premium subscription service such as Game Pass Core or PlayStation Plus. And then they also say that Black Ops 6 will support split screen gameplay on the Series X, S, and PlayStation 5, but that's not going to be available on the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4 to ensure performance integrity. And that's honestly not very surprising, because split screen is much harder to run, takes a lot more resources, and this game looks phenomenal. So it probably would have been very hard to get it running there well on the Xbox One. All right. And now, if you were looking for some more information about some of the biggest games shown off yesterday, like Avowed and Metal Gear Solid Delta, Xbox is actually having some more showcase, a deep dive into these games. And for me, I mean, we've seen already a lot of Avowed. I'm going to definitely check this out, but I'm actually more excited to see Metal Gear Solid Delta, because we haven't had too many deep dives into that. But they'll be showing more both of these games on today, Monday, June 9th. You'll get the extended look at Avowed. And then tomorrow on June 10th, you'll get the extended look at Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. And I think that's going to be a huge one. A lot of people are going to be talking about that after they show that one. That's just a big game here that Xbox shows off at their showcase. A huge, huge remake. Tons of fans for this one. And I'm going to definitely be playing that when it comes out. And if you thought that the showcase was huge, you would be correct. I mean, we don't really see it too much. Satya and Nadella talking Xbox, but even he came out and talked Xbox, responding here to Phil Spencer's tweet saying, many thanks to everybody who joined us online and in person for Xbox Showcase and Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Direct. And to each of the creative teams whose titles were in today's show, we have an amazing lineup of games and updates coming to Xbox, Game Pass, and PC. And Nadella responds to Phil Spencer saying, today was our first Xbox Games Showcase featuring Activision, Blizzard, Bethesda, and Xbox Game Studios alongside our amazing partners. A remarkable moment as we bring more games and ways to play to people around the world. So he even is recognizing just how massive of a showcase this was. And it truly was. It was a huge showcase, I think, for a lot of people who were losing faith or thinking that Xbox just wasn't handling things correctly. This, at least for now, until something else happens that will start a new negative media cycle, because, you know, it is inevitable. There's going to be the big positives that we're in right now. Then there's going to be the negatives, and people always overreact. Like Xbox has been dead like 9-8 times this year, and they're going to be dead again to some people. But right now, from what they showed off, there's just so much to look forward to. And it's crazy that a lot of these games, majority of them, are going into Xbox Game Pass, into that subscription service. Now, one of those games that was also showed off was Fable. I mean, the combat looked really good. I'm extremely excited for Fable 2025. It is coming out, but there are rumors previously going around that Eidos Montreal was actually working on this game with Playground Games, and now it actually has been 100% confirmed that they have been helping in the development of Fable. It says here, following the release of the game's latest trailer, the official Eidos Montreal account on X posted that studio was supporting developer Playground Games with the making of the RPG. They say, we're so excited to be supporting the development of Fable. It's been a blast collaborating with the talented team of Playground Games to craft an unforgettable adventure. So this was something that was going around in the rumors a couple of years ago. And then even recently, the people were, I think maybe were questioning it because they closed down Eidos Sherbrooke, which is right near Eidos Montreal, and then they laid off a bunch of people at Eidos Montreal. So who knows how that affected this development, but they're still working on it with Playground. The gameplay, the graphics look phenomenal. Playground does a great job, and then you have Eidos come in there with all of their skill from the games that they have made. And I think this one is going to be very good as well. I mean, all of these games look phenomenal. But right now, there's a lot of excitement. And of course, once they come out, the final verdict of what people truly think about it and what you think about it when you play it. But right now, the future is just extremely, extremely bright for Xbox. But that's it for me, guys. I will end the video there. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up. If you are new here, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.